Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Heather. Today is the first day that I will be doing a meal prep with me. If you watched my video yesterday, you'll know what my meal plan is for the week. I recommend you go back and watch that video so you know what exactly I'm meal prepping. So the first thing I like to do when I get my groceries home is to wash all of the produce. What I typically do is I will wash or let it sit in vinegar water for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will rinse it off in a strainer. So it really helps to wash or rinse any sort of leafy green in a salad spinner, because then you can spin the lettuce in the salad spinner and get the extra moisture out, and that will help keep it fresh longer. My first step in meal prep then is to set up stations. I like to set up stations for each meal that I'm prepping. That way I can get all of my spices together, all of my ingredients together, and that way it's a lot easier to just throw everything in when I am making the recipes. I do a lot of multitasking when I am doing my meal prep, so setting up these stations and getting all the ingredients ready, all the veggies chopped, everything measured out, just makes it a lot easier so that I can quickly get everything together and not worry about anything burning or cooking too long or anything like that. So here I am setting up my station for the shrimp Creole that I'm making. I realized when I got home that I forgot celery. As you know, for shrimp Creole, that is one of the main ingredients, or main vegetable ingredients anyway. So I was a little bummed, but instead of using a half of a bell pepper, I've used a full bell pepper, and that seemed to be fine. Once I was done chopping the veggies, I just opened up the can of tomato sauce and the diced tomatoes to get those ready. And here I am getting the parsley ready. It asks for 2 tablespoons. I rarely measure parsley or cilantro. I just take what looks good. Here I'm setting up the station for the baby pasta with asparagus and marinara. And finally, I started setting up the station for the BLT macaroni salad. Once my stations are set up, it's time to start cooking. So I like to start with the recipe that will take the longest. You can typically find how long a recipe will take at the top of a recipe. It'll typically tell you how much prep time is involved, how much cooking time is involved, and all of that. For today's meal prep, the recipe that would take me the longest is shrimp Creole, so that is what I'm starting with. I added the veggies, the spices, the tomato sauce, and the diced tomatoes, and let that sit for about 30 minutes. While that's cooking, the plan is to serve the shrimp Creole over Banza rice, so here I am boiling the water for that. And like I said, I like to multitask during my meal prep. So here I am getting the bacon ready for the BLT macaroni salad. I like to put my bacon in the oven I think it tastes great that way, and it also is very easy and less messy for cleanup. And now I'm mixing, I think it was 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise with the tomatoes to get the base of the salad going. At this point the rice was done, so I am straining that and getting the water ready for the pasta for the BLT macaroni salad. And about that time is when the shrimp Creole was about done, so I got the flour water ready. You add this to the Creole to thicken up the sauce. And then about this time, the pasta for the BLT macaroni salad was ready. And here I am adding the shrimp to the Creole, as well as the hot sauce and the Worcestershire sauce. And while that was sitting, I finished up the BLT macaroni salad. Once the bacon was done, I took that out and set that to cool. Then I got the pasta going for the baby pasta with asparagus and marinara. I also put on the turkey. The recipe didn't call for turkey, but I did add that to add a little more protein. To make it easier, I used some frozen asparagus. Then once the turkey was browned, I added the marinara sauce to the turkey. After letting the asparagus cook, I set it out to cool after draining it. Once it was cool, I chopped it up into smaller pieces and added it to the turkey and the marinara sauce. The recipe said to set aside about a half a cup of the pasta water, so that's what I'm doing here. Then I added the pasta to the rest of the ingredients, mixed that up, and then it was time to add the goat cheese. At this point, all of the recipes were done, so it was time to start portioning them out into separate containers for meals for the week. So I will measure everything out so I am as close to equal as possible in all of the containers. However, I'm not really that militant about it because I kind of just tell myself it just kind of evens out for the week. Once I portioned out the Banza rice and the shrimp Creole, I added some green onions and the parsley to the top. Then I portioned out the BLT macaroni salad into these large mason jars. And of course, you can't forget the most important part of the salad, the bacon. I added that to the top of the salads. The final thing that I portioned out was the baby pasta with asparagus and marinara. So one very helpful and important tip that I can give is to clean as you go. No one wants to get to the end of a long meal prep just to have a messy kitchen. It will really help if you clean as you go. That way you are not exhausted by the end and you end up with a messy kitchen for the rest of the week. Now I am starting the second portion of my meal prep. I'm starting out with hard boiling the eggs in the Instant Pot. The way I order my meal prep is the same way I order my recipes. I'll start out with the things that take the longest and end with the easiest parts, like boiling the eggs and portioning out snacks and breakfasts. Now I'm portioning out my waffles for breakfast. I'll just stick those in the freezers so that they're easy to just grab and go throughout the week. And here I am measuring out the peanut butter that I am going to use to top the waffles. Again, this just makes it easy to just grab and go throughout the week. I just add everything into my lunchbox in the mornings and then I am out the door. Now I'm measuring out the pub cheese for the pretzel sticks, and unfortunately I realized when I got the pub cheese out that I grabbed the pub cheese with horseradish sauce, so I was a little bummed about that. It tasted okay throughout the week, but the regular pub cheese, just the cheddar, is a lot better. And at this point the eggs were done, so I released the pressure and then I got some icy water to let the hard-boiled eggs sit in. This makes it a lot easier to peel the eggs. Now I'm portioning out the pretzel sticks for snacks. I portioned out 15 pretzel sticks per serving. And now I'm portioning out a half a cup or about 93 grams of grapes. And this wraps up my first meal prep video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment and let me know if you meal prep, how you meal prep, if you prep everything on Sundays, or if you like to just prep a couple things and then cook some things throughout the week. I'd like to know. I like to get different ideas for my meal preps as well. It's definitely a work in progress. That's about it for today. Make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.